Hi, this is Angela, and you are listening to Divinely Connected. I am here with your weekly guidance from today, December 31st, 2023, to January 6th, 2024. I know so many, like myself, are so excited to say thank you and goodbye to 2023 and welcoming in this new year of 2024. And before we get into the cards, I do have 6 cards pulled for this week. This is, don't forget, a general card reading. So if you're new to me, make sure you hit that follow button. I'm here every Sunday with your weekly guidance, bringing in a general forecast. And one of the biggest questions that I get is saying, Ange, how is this for everyone? Because the messages come in and they resonate with you. And we are so interconnected that in ways that we can't even comprehend. Our details may be different. How it is resonating maybe for different reasons, but the messages come to you because they're meant for you. So if you're here, listen up. All right. As a reflection of 2023 in all the breakdowns, the 12-month breakdowns that I have previously done, I can say that there's a majority, there's a good chunk of people who will be experiencing a delayed new year, new me type of energy. All right. And so if you're falling in that category, don't fret. It is temporary. That burst of energy is going to be coming in. If you're in the group where the energy is here and we're riding high, welcome it, utilize it, but don't bite off more than you can chew. That seems to have been right across the board with all the connections that I have made in preparation for this new calendar year of 2024. Like I said, I have 6 cards ahead of me right here, face down. Let's get into it, see what's going on. Yeah, there's a little bit of borrowing trouble energy. I don't know who's having anxiety about kind of going into this new year or feeling already like things are going to get better and it's so complicated. And we're kind of like, um, it almost feels like I'm drowning into the day to day. That's what it feels like. It's like the distractions of daily life seems too big. I can't get to my goals. I can't get to my desires because I have all of this weight that's on my shoulders. And so there needs to be some shifts and changes, and there needs to be some intentions that are going to be funneled into that direction. And so what can we do with that? Finding a balanced approach. Well, you know what? There's this and this and this and this that has to get done today. This and this and this I wish would get done today. But can I lighten that a little bit so I could stick a little passion in there, a little self love in there, a little joy in there? Where can I fill in the cracks with things that bring me love and joy? Because when you do, and all of a sudden those cracks start to fill with this light and love, it's going to start to spread. Right. And so we don't need to change everything off the get go. And I think that this comes in a lot. I think that we often look at the end game and go, there's no way that I can get there. There's no way that I can get to that end game. Right. But if you just look in front of you, what can I do today? What's the one step today that I can take? And you do that every day. Next thing you know it, you're miles down the path and it doesn't feel as overwhelming. And so it is all about the mindset and how we coming in. And so the distractions of daily life is creating this discontent and boredom, but only you can break that. How many people are waiting to be happy when the lover shows up, the credit card's paid off, when I lose the 20 pounds, whatever it is, whatever your goalpost is? How would it look like to be happy now moving towards those goals instead of robbing yourself trying to get to those goals that are going to always be too far out of reach because you're not going to have the energy, the stamina, or the compassion and self love to get there? And so there needs to be the shifts and these changes inwards that are going into me. Like I feel like spirit is like, Angela, you are being too polite. Smack them upside the head because, like, listen, if you want things to be different, you have to be willing to do the different thing. And you know what comes with change? Discomfort. And that's just that, right? We're all kind of waiting for things to magically happen without wanting to put in any time or effort, right? And so this is where you need to kind of hold yourself accountable and check yourself and go, okay, what do I want? Is it going to be worth my time and energy? What am I willing to invest in myself, in my path, in my dream, in my connection, in my goal, in my intentions to get where I want to be, right? And this is really what's going to make or break your 2024. Okay. We do have relationships coming in. Now, have to admit, I just did the daily messages and this is already echoing. And so, new, meaningful partnerships, professional partnerships, loving relationships, medical professionals, contractors, whomever. It's very much a vital time for new connections to come in. Okay. And so this is either someone new to love, new lovers, new babies, new puppies, new friends, new colleagues, new impactful connections, or new things to love, new jobs, new mindsets, new routines, new intentional living, new awareness, new environments, right? And so it's very much fueling right from the get-go these shifts and changes that you wanted. And I'm even going to say, we tried to do it in 2023. Didn't work. Wasn't the time. It wasn't the time. Okay? This year, it's an 8. An 8 number. Angel numbers is always validating that you're right on path and where you need to be. But it comes with momentum, which we've been trying so hard. We got a little bit of it in 2023. We saw a little bit of it, right? But you're really going to see these strides that you've been so wanting and working on coming in within this year. So yay for that. Be mindful not to take on too much. Okay. And so there needs to be a little bit of balance, and there needs to be time scheduled in for yourself. Unapologetically non-negotiable. Right? And so whether this is you looking at your week as a whole or however you kind of like to look ahead. And if you haven't ever looked ahead, right? Start doing that. Maybe every Sunday when you're listening to the weekly guidance, you sit down and go, okay, what is it that I need to get done this week? What is it that I want to do this week? Where do I want to create pockets of time for myself? And not wanting you to be so overwhelmed, right? Because what happens? What happens when we make changes or we're wanting to make changes? Our ego kicks up, right? And what does the ego kick up and say? You can't do this. You don't have the time or energy. This doesn't happen to you. Who do you think you are? Right? And, we go to extremes. The mountain's too high. You don't have 24 hours where you can sit in meditation. You don't have $500,000 to invest in this new startup, right? No, 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 no. You don't need that. we can, if we can get by with so much less, right? And you're going to find as well coming into this year is going to be a lot more simplistic, focusing on what matters. We kind of got a glimpse of that in the pandemic when everything kind of shut down for us, but then we kind of went right back into trying to survive, right? This year, you're going to kind of see yourself um, kind of intentionally simplifying. There's going to be less material objects. There's going to be less spending. There's also going to be this inflation is coming down. Thank you. This inflation's coming down, but there's also this feeling of like, oh, but I now know that I don't need X, Y, and Z. I don't need to put this money out in this way. Some of the habits that we have kind of had resistance to because it wasn't our choice, right? It wasn't our choice to be in this almost scarcity mindset or this frugal mindset, but now it is our choice. And the lessons that we have learned from that time are moving forward with us. So that is really nice. I'm happy to see that as well. But what you're going to notice is just having more of a balanced approach moving forward, right? Having a more balanced approach moving forward in the sense of, making sure that you're taking time for yourself, making sure that you're not a yes man, making sure that you are, if you're wanting to exercise, everybody has an exercise goal starting in January, right? Schedule it into your day. Schedule it into your day. If you are blessed enough to make your own schedule it into your workday. If you don't have that privilege, schedule it into your weekly plan, right? And have it in a way that you can maintain. If you are not a morning person and your goal for 2024 is to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning to work out before you go to work, that is not realistic. Know yourself. You're not a morning person. Where do you thrive at? Right? Maybe you thrive. Maybe you come alive after supper. schedule it for that. Right. And so just kind of having this very acceptance and balanced approach moving forward is going to really help you and to not take on too much and to make sure what you do take on is in alignment with yourself, I think is really important. There's the balance card. We got ahead of that. We know that we need to have that balanced approach moving forward. Now, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long for some obstacles to be bumping up. Um, in this, like I said, a lot of this is reflected in the daily messages, right? And don't misinterpret a bump in the road as the universe punishing you or proving you that you were wrong. Or how dare you feel as though you should have been able to, could have done, you should have known better, all of that. No, no, no. Nothing is smooth. Nothing ever is smooth. It never is. Life is not meant to be smooth. Okay. This expectation, and I'm guilty of this. I'm just like, I just want things to be easy peasy, breezy. And says who? When has it ever been? You know what I mean? And so there's these little one-liners that we say that are dictating how we are moving through our lives and whether we are succeeding or not. If we expect things to be up and down, because that is what life is, we as a soul come from perfection, come from unconditional love, come from a place where there is no resistance, right? There is no gravity, there is no illness, there is no ego, there is no loss, there is no grief, right? Then we have to come in here to have a contrasting experience, right? If our whole entire life was only the contrast, no soul would be volunteering to come here, right? And so it comes in with some highs and it comes in with some lows, and the lows comes with highs and the highs come with lows. And that's the gig. And that should be the expectation. But somewheres along the line, we believe now that everything should be easy breezy, that nothing should be a challenge, that we should have our shit together all the time. And if we understand that that was never the goal, then we will move out of this constant failure feeling, right? And when we do have the obstacles that come in, the bumps in the roads that provide opportunity to learn and grow as a soul, right? Because that's what they do, we will be more accepting of it. Because what our ego likes to do is have this experience and go, "Ugh, I shouldn't be having this. I'm being punished. I'm a bad person. The world is against me." Blah, 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 whatever it is, right? And so when we move in this to this acceptance, doesn't take it away, doesn't take all the discomfort away. What sucks. Like, let's be real. What sucks is going to suck, right? But we will have less exaggeration around it. We'll have less damaging dialogue around it. We'll be able to, it will be a little bit more bearable because we have this knowledge around that this experience is coming in. It doesn't mean X, Y, and Z. It means that this is the experience that I have in front of me, that I have chosen before I come into this life, and that I have to navigate through it. All right. And so that's exactly what this is. This is a blip, but it has the potential. It has the potential to be devastating and really put you back on your path. So it's up to you. It's a universal challenge. It's up to you of how you're going to navigate it. Okay. Now, even though good things are happening, right? Excitement comes in. That's also very draining, right? So you have to, even though things are good and good opportunities are coming in and good experiences are coming in and good options are presenting themselves, it can still cause stress to our system, right? It still causes stress to our system. So needing to kind of have this balanced approach, needing to have this grounded energy as you move forward, I think is going to be something that is going to be repetitive throughout this calendar year as well. Again, being very practical about how we're proceeding, practical about how we are using our energy, practical about what we are committing to. And that doesn't mean that we're not reaching for the stars. Okay? That's not what the message is. We're reaching for the stars, knowing that we will reach the stars when we're meant to. Sometimes we're reaching for the stars and we think that we should have reached it yesterday, and this hustle mentality and this fear is what's fueling you. What is yours is already yours. What is meant to be yours is already yours. You are going to get there. It is going to come in, right? It's going to come in exactly when it should. And so that's this grounded approach of being able to move forward. That's this anchoring down your energy. But there's a lot of almost wanting to pull us up out of our balance. So moving forward, if you are setting daily goals for yourself, wanting to include some grounding daily, starting your day with a little grounding meditation and visualization, walking outside, connecting with nature, whatever your favorite way to ground your energy, I think is going to be something that we're going to constantly be going back to throughout the year. So get ahead of it and have it part of your daily practice. Put that reminder in your phone, put that post-it note on your mirror to remind yourself to ground your energy because great things are happening this year. Oh my God, I just got the chills like crazy. Great things are happening this year. You're going to want to make sure that your feet are on the ground as you're moving through it and as you're processing it and as you're making decisions around it. Oh my gosh, it looks like I'm just I'm so happy to be back, guys. Don't forget to come back on next Sunday. I'll be here with your your weekly guidance, and our daily messages are back. So Monday there will be a daily message ready to rock for you. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope that you embrace this new year, and let's shake off that 2023 together. See you next week.